My name is Kim Melvan with Run Coach PT, and this is a full body strength training workout for runners. So it's going to be some upper body, lower body, core, agility, stability, everything wrapped into one 40-minute workout. It's 2 circuits. Each circuit will run 20 minutes, so you can add or decrease time if you want to make the workout shorter or longer. But again, 2 circuits. Each circuit will take about 20 minutes with some rest time in between. Each circuit has 5 exercises. Each exercise will be about a minute, and then we're going to do a minute rest between that set. And then we'll do 3 rounds of each circuit. So first circuit is going to be toe yoga, eccentric heel raises, Romanian deadlifts, like a single leg deadlift for runners specifically, a front plank, and then we're gonna end with clamshells. There's a lot of variations of the clamshells. I'll just show you 2. So equipment that you're gonna need is a mat and a band. You don't even need the band. It's really for the clamshells, so otherwise it's very minimal equipment needed. And we're gonna start with toe yoga. So big toe is gonna hold down, little toes up for a 5-second count, and then switch. Little toes down, big toe up. And we're gonna alternate between that. Little toes up, big toe down, little toes down, big toe up. We're gonna do that for a minute. What this does, it works the intrinsic muscles of the foot. You can do this sitting or standing. Standing, you have to worry a little bit more about your balance and stability. Sitting, you can take that part out of it. So when you're first trying and getting into it, do it sitting, get a feel for it. You can even use your fingers to hold your toes down as you're lifting. You might get some cramping in between the toes, that's normal. Again, this is working the intrinsic muscles of your feet to help with balance, stability, coordination. We've got about 5 more seconds. Big toes down, little toes up, and then we'll go into eccentric heel raises in 3, 2, 1. Eccentric heel raises is up on both feet, slowly lower on one, and then the other foot comes back. Up on 2, down on 1. You can do this on a step, you can do it on level ground. The idea behind this is that we're really strengthening that Achilles in that lengthened or eccentric position. Really good if you have Achilles tendon issues, if you're trying to improve your cadence, you need to make sure that those calf muscles are strong. So in 3 seconds, we're gonna switch. 2, 1, up on 2, and now down, lower on the other foot. Up on 2, lower down on 1. I'll switch to the side so you can see it from the side view. Up on 2, slowly down on 1. Up on 2, slowly down on 1. We've got 15 more seconds, and then we'll go into the single leg deadlifts. 10 more seconds. Up on 2, down on 1. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going into single leg deadlifts. I'm gonna stabilize on one leg, hinge forward, and come back up, making sure my spine is hinging. I've got a little bend in this knee, back legs coming up, toes pointing down and not rotating out. Making sure that you make a tripod with your foot. So big toe, little toes, and heel are all stabilized as you hinge forward. And switch legs. Again, tripod with the foot, hinging and coming back up. You can touch that toe down, hinging up and coming back. You can add a weight or resistance if you want in the front. We've got 15 more seconds, and then we'll go into front planks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're gonna come down into front planks. I like on the forearm, it's nicer on your wrists. You can clasp your hands, keep them apart. You want your shoulders in line with your arms. Butt isn't too up or too far down. Feet shoulder width apart. We've got about 40 more seconds. Keeping that core nice and tight, back straight. 30 more seconds. And then we're gonna go into clamshells. 20 seconds. Lots of different variations on the front plank. I'm showing you the basic. There's lots of modifications to make it harder. 10 more seconds and then we're going into clamshells. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clamshells, you're gonna be on your side, feet together, knees bent, and you're lifting that top leg. To make it harder, you can add a band. Keeping that hip forward, don't let it rotate back. We don't wanna see this. You can also do it without the band. Leg up and back, rotating that foot up and down. This is a little bit harder for stability. You can see you're wobbling a little bit more, so you really have to focus on stabilizing your core. We've got 20 more seconds, and then we get a minute break before we go through this circuit again. So I'm doing a full minute of clamshells on this side, and then I'll do a full minute on the second round. Go ahead and take a minute break, and then the third round I'll alternate. You can do 30 seconds on each side for all 3 rounds, however you want to split it up. So get a drink, get a towel. We got about 45 seconds until we go into the next round of the same circuit.
Let it run.
Got about 30 more seconds, and then we're going right back into toe yoga. "20 seconds. "15 seconds. Again, toe yoga can be doing sitting or standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big toes down, little toes up. Hold for 5, and then switch. Little toes down, big toes up. Switch. We're doing this for a minute. 45 more seconds. Switch. And switch. About halfway done. And then we're gonna go into eccentric heel raises, 30 seconds on each leg. We've got about 20 more seconds left of toe yoga. Use this as a recovery time for some of those more cardio-focused activities. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds, and then we're going into eccentric heel raises in 3, 2, 1. Up on 2, slowly lower on 1. And then you bring the other foot back in. Up on 2, slowly down on 1. Up on 2, slowly down on 1. I'm doing my left foot first. About 15 more seconds, and then we'll switch and do the other leg. I'll show you from the side, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Now I'm going up on 2, down on my right. After heel raises, we're gonna go into the single leg deadlifts, 30 seconds on each leg. We've got 15 more seconds. Up on 2, down on 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into the deadlifts, slight bend in the knee, hinge forward, and come up. If you feel like you're rotating your hips, make sure that back foot is turned in, and that will help keep you in a more neutral spine. We've got 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch. This is focusing, switch, on hamstrings and glutes, also balance and stability. You can see my foot is having to work to keep me stable. You're coming down here. You don't want your arms reaching out too far in front. This is not what you want. You want to come straight down. And now from the RDLs, we're going into front planks. Again, on our forearms, neutral back, feet shoulder width apart. Shoot for a minute hold. If you need to, you can go onto your knees to take a break, but then come right back into it. To make it harder, you can lift. We've got 30 more seconds. You can also bring your knees up to your elbows. Lots of different ways to make this harder. You can rock your hips side to side. But again, we're just focusing on a straight front plank. We've got 15 more seconds and then we're going into clamshells. Ten seconds. I'm gonna face away from you guys for this one in 3, 2, 1. So again, hip is coming up, staying neutral. You can also bring it back and turn that foot in and out. Again, I'm doing this for a minute on each side, but you can also choose to do 30 seconds for each. We've got 30 more seconds, and then we get a minute break. Twenty more seconds. Ten seconds, and then you get a minute break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last minute break, and then we go into the last round of this circuit, and then we get a full 3-minute break before we do the next circuit. So get some water, towel off. We've got one more round of this circuit. Thirty more seconds, and then we're jumping right back into toe yoga. Fifteen seconds. 10. And I'll show you with my hands as well. Again, sitting or standing is fine for this. 3, 2, 1. Big toes down, little toes up, holding for 5, and switch. Little toes down, big toe up, holding for 5. You can also switch this up and do 30 seconds on one foot, 30 seconds on the other. If it's too hard to coordinate both feet at the same time, you can focus on one foot at a time. Got about 30 more seconds, and then we're going into the eccentric heel raises. So again, little toes down, big toe up, hold for 5. Big toe down, little toes up. I'll show you. You can hold your toes down to help you with that lift. And switch. You've got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And back to eccentric heel raises. Up on 2, slowly down on 1. You can do this on level ground. You can do it on a step, on a stair, anything that has some sort of elevation so you can get that heel lowering past neutral. But if you don't have a step, that's fine. You can do it on level ground like I am here. Got about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch and do the other leg. 3, 2, 1, and switch. So now I'm switching feet, up on 2, slowly down on 1. After this, we'll go into the single leg deadlifts. Up on 2 feet, slowly down on 1, and then bring the other foot back in. We've got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going into the single leg deadlifts. Again, you don't need a lot of equipment for these exercises. You don't even need to use the mat if you don't want it. You can just get sandy or do it on your floor. All right, let's go into the deadlifts. 30 seconds each side, hinging forward as far as you feel comfortable until you feel like you're gonna lose that neutral position. So if this is as far as you can go, then you go that far and you come right back up until you feel like you can work more into a longer or lower depth. And let's switch and do the other side. Really focus on grounding your feet, making that tripod nice and stable, keeping a slight bend in the knee that you're standing on, bringing that foot up and hinging and moving as a unit. In 10 seconds, we'll go into front plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into front plank. Again, any of the variations I showed you previously, or you can just stick to the front plank itself. We've got 40 more seconds. Keeping that back as straight as you can. Shoulders in line with your arms. Feet shoulder width apart. 25 more seconds. We've got one last exercise and then a long 3-minute break before the next circuit. 10 more seconds and then we're going into clamshells, and I'm gonna do 30 seconds on each side of the clams. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna face you for the first one. I'll show you that first basic clam without a band. Again, remember you can add a band for resistance. Don't let that hip roll back. Keep your hips square and forward, feet together. We've got 10 more seconds, and then I'll rotate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll switch and face you. Again, feet together, top knee is coming up. Don't let your hips roll back. So you can see I'm not lifting super high so I don't roll. We've got 15 more seconds. And then you get a good 3-minute break before we do the next circuit. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is the end of the first circuit. Well done. We've got 3 minutes of rest before the second circuit. Second circuit, we're gonna start with foot doming. So another foot strengthening exercise. Moving into side planks. So we did front planks. Now we want to work on the side. So we're going to do side planks. That'll be 1 minute each side. Bands for the ankle. So you'll need a band for this one. Single leg bridges and single leg squats. So we're going to focus more on those single leg balance activities for this second circuit. So we've got about 2.5 minutes left. Get some water, get a towel.